to the Startup Funding Espresso. I'm Hall T. Martin, where we talk about how to raise funding and invest in startups and the time it takes to drink an espresso. If you have a question about startup funding or investing, please go to the website, startupfundingespresso.com, and type in your question into the chat bot in the lower right corner to receive an answer. I hope you enjoy this episode. Hello, this is Hall T. Martin with the Startup Funding Espresso, your daily shot of startup funding and investing. Most startup founders calculate how much funding they need to accomplish the goal. This is a good initial step in the fundraising process. The mistake is then asking for that amount of money in one go. It's important to break the raise down into steps and stages. The first round of fundraising should be the minimum needed to reach a milestone, not a maximum to reach the end goal. The startup's valuation is low in the early stages, and so the fundraise should be at a minimum so the founders don't suffer too much dilution. For a minimum fundraise, the founder should consider what is a minimum team focused on a minimum viable product to achieve initial traction. As the startup generates more products, revenue, and traction, they can raise their valuation and take larger amounts of funding. This will reduce dilution and make the job of building and selling the product easier. Consider what your minimum raise should be and what you can do with it. Thank you for joining us for the Startup Funding Espresso, where we help startups and investors connect for funding. Let's go start listening to today. Hall T. Martin is the director of Investor Connect, which is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to the education of investors for early stage funding. All opinions expressed by Hall and podcast guests are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinion of Investor Connect. This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon as a basis for investment decisions.